Hello guys, this is the introductory video. In this video, we are going to discuss what are the realm of the geography as a discipline we have to study under the UPSC CSE preparation, and what the UPSC has mentioned the syllabus which we need to cover, and for comprehending the syllabus depth and the width we have to take into consideration the previous year question papers. Okay, so while looking at the previous year question paper and the syllabi, we are going to discuss how we are going to deal with the geography as a discipline, and in the geography how much depth we are going to deal, and how the question is framed on the question topic, and how we are going to cover geography within a 1 month of a time. Okay, this is a short brief intro about me. If someone is interested in reading it, then he or she can read it. Okay, now let us go through the our main topic of discussion. First of all, look at the syllabi of the subject. In the prelims, only one statement is given that mentions that UPSC prelims geography syllabus have the Indian and the world geography, which covers the physical, social and economic aspects of the geography in India and the world. Only this is the one statement that UPSC prelim syllabus is mentioning about the geography syllabi. Okay, so what do you comprehending by all these things? You have to fragment the topic just like we have to study world geography. Okay, we have to study Indian geography. Okay, in this what we have to go study physical aspects. Okay, social aspects. Okay, then economic aspects. Okay, then what the physical aspects include topography. Okay, physical aspects include ocean. Okay, it includes landforms, it includes events. Okay, and what the social things include population, demography, settlement, and it also includes health, developmental aspects. All these things comes under socials. And what the economic includes agriculture geography. It also includes industrial locations. It includes mineral resource distribution. It includes sectoral distribution. It includes many other things that geography is determining what the economy is, and we have to study this thing from the world perspective as well as from the Indian perspective. Okay, this is the distribution of the geography syllabus as mentioned in the prelims. Okay, this is the rough idea we are getting. Okay, so one have to consider that this is the syllabus UPSC has given to us, and what kind of question they are framing on this syllabus. We will go through this previous questions also, but let us not forget to remind these lines as mentioned in the UPSC. Okay, now we are going to study the main syllabus as mentioned by the UPSC. Main syllabus में these are the three statements or three lines that the UPSC have mentioned in its gazette notification, that we have to study the distribution of the key natural resources, okay, across the world. Okay, it's also include the Indian continents, and also we have to study the factor responsible for the location of the sectoral industries. Various sectoral industries, what are the factor responsible for their location in various parts of the world. That also includes India. Okay, so please mind the keywords mentioned in the syllabus. Distribution of the key natural resources. Natural resources mean it also includes coal distribution, includes fertile land or soil. It includes water resources, It also includes human resources. It also includes industrial resources. So all these key natural resources, how they are distributing across the globe and what are the factors responsible for it, and we have to also study it in respect to India also. Okay, then second statement says important geophysical phenomena. Geophysical phenomena that includes earthquake, tsunami, volcanic activities, cyclones, etc. Don't forget this word etc. Okay, we have to study these terms: earthquake, tsunami, volcanic, cyclones, but also have to study other terms like marine heat waves, okay, local winds, landslides, floods, droughts. Mean all the geophysical phenomena we have to have a basic understanding of all these terms as mentioned in the syllabus. And then syllabus wrote that geographical features and their location. Geographical features, what do you mean by geographical features? Geographical features mean hills, mountains and the valleys. It includes plains, it includes plateaus, it includes coastal plains, it includes glaciers. All these geographical features related to these landforms we are going to study, and UPSC is going to ask you the question regarding it. Okay, that also include the water bodies, ice caps, okay, that I have mentioned here also, and in the flora and fauna and effect of such changes. Okay, mean how the geographical features are impacting the flora and fauna of the region, how the vegetation has been influenced by the geographical feature, how the animal distribution has been affected by the geographical features, how the climate has been affecting the flora and fauna, how the topography is affecting, how the ocean has been impacting, what are the phenomena that is happening on the various landforms is being affecting the biomes of the nature. Okay, these are the things we have to study as said by the UPSC in this line. Okay, then the next line it says that salient features of the world physical geography. Okay, it means that what are the salient features of world geography mean we have to study all the aspects of the physical geography that include geomorphology, oceanography, biogeography, environmental. We are going to learn later on that what all these broad themes comprises of, but we have to keep in mind what the UPSC wants to say by all these three key statements, that how much scope of study of geography must be. Okay, and one must not forget that UPSC mains syllabi geography weightage is about 500 marks. Okay, I am not saying that directly 500 marks, because geography syllabus is just not covering in the GS1 only, it also covers, just wait, why I am saying that it has the weightage of 500 marks in the mains, because as you all know GS1 it is directly mentioned that geography we have to study. Okay, in GS2 we are studying the developmental aspects, we are studying the population demography. Okay, and in GS3 we are going to study the environment, and all these subjects together can have a weightage of about 500 marks, including your essay preparation, in the UPSC CSE mains. So don't take it lightly as a subject that only going to sail you through the prelims examination. It has a huge weightage in the mains examination also. Okay, And I am forget to also mention that prelims also has about 10 to 15 minimum questions of geography, directly or indirectly. But directly or indirectly, what I mean to say is that directly UPSC can ask you question about the map marking, about the locations, about the geographical features, but indirectly it is also asking question regarding the environment, regarding any conventions and related places. So geography, that's why become very essential for us to study as a discipline that has very much linkage in other part of the syllabus. Okay, so don't take it lightly and take it as a subject which is very, why seeing the syllabus we can interpret what the scope of geography as a discipline we have to cover. Okay, by comprehending the syllabus broadly in the physical geography, we have to study the 5 key topics. Okay, 5 key topics that includes geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, biogeography, and environmental geography. These are the 5 key terms that we have interpreted from the geography syllabus that we have to study under the physical geography. Okay, in the human geography, we are going to cover the population geography, that industrial location, that mineral resource distribution. These are the topics we are going to cover in the human geography. But one should not forget that geography, in geography we are not going to only entertain only the physical aspects of the geography while reading the physical geography. We are also going to entertain it with the human aspects of it. For example, while understand the interior of the earth, we are going to study the structure of the earth. Okay, that is defining or motivating the volcanoes on the earth, and these volcanoes also have impact on the human in the form of disaster. Okay, so we can't separate any of the physical features with the human aspects. So we have to integrally study both the physical and human aspects of the subject, so that we can have a holistic view on this subject. Okay, likewise we are going to cover all these topics in the geomorphology. Then we are going to cover our climatology, in which we are going to study all these aspects in detail and how these have impact on the humans. Okay, then we are going to study the oceanography, biogeography, and the environmental aspects. Okay, that I have mentioned before. It also having a human geography that includes the agriculture location, what are the factor affecting the agriculture, industries, resource distribution, and the factor affecting various resources also includes human resources, that also includes physical resources like water, coal. Okay, and in the population and settlement geography, most of the questions is current basis. So we have to mostly focus on the current dynamics that is happening around us. Okay, and we can leave this political and regional geography because it is not in the realm of the UPSC GS subjects. Okay, it may cover under the geography optional, so one can skip this topic while studying GS for UPSC. Okay, so don't take it just as a word that we have to complete whole the things that I have mentioned. Okay, we have to cover what the UPSC is asking us regularly. Now we are going to discuss, we have taken the syllabus, that this is the key terms that syllabus has covered. Now what we are going to see, कि whenever we are approaching our syllabus by studying the various aspects that is mentioned, We have to only see the two things that is clearly given by the UPSC, that is its syllabus and the previous year questions. You should not ever and ever forget that while reading you have always your eyes open to see the syllabus and the previous year question. I can also distract from the main key topics, but you should not be ever be distracted from the syllabus and previous, because one thing you all need to keep in mind that we are not going to become expert in geography, but we aims to become aware about the geography, so that we can qualify our UPSC exam. Okay, so our motive is not to become an expert in anything, but our motive is to qualify our exam. For qualifying our exam, these are our two main basic tools that will always keep us directed toward our goal. So don't forget, these are our the key mantras or torch bearers that will always direct us to have our journey simpler, not distracted one. Okay, for which we are going to have a integrated approach that I have mentioned before also. Okay, first of all we have covered the physical aspects, then the human aspects. Okay, like I have mentioned before also. And one thing I also want to tell you, that the two textbooks, that is 11th and 12th NCERT textbook, that is your basic bible for reading the geography. Okay, along with a map book. Okay, so while I am teaching you that geography deals with this thing, then your work is to read this reference book as your homework, then come to our classes, and then you have a better clarity over what I am teaching here also. Okay, and along with covering the syllabus, we are also going to cover the previous year question paper. Okay, so that we have a clear understanding that what the geography question is look like in the exam. And if the questions come in the exam, we do not only have to fear about the question, how the questions is framed. We are just preparing for them, that in whatever manner they comes to us, we are going to face with full curiosity and full energy. Okay, so we are preparing like this. Okay, and if you have any doubt clearing problem, then you can consult me at any time, but that doubt clearing must be at the end of the topic, so that I can clearly tell you that this is the topic, this is the realm of the topic, and how we have to cover all these topics. Okay, and this is how the question is framing the UPSC. So your approach or your thinking on studying any subjects must be in this way. Okay, then after that you can ask me the question whatever you want to. Okay, I have also tried to cover this topic of latitude and longitude, but due to paucity of time I am not covering this. Okay, but I am simply mentioning you that while studying any topic, what we are going to have and what our approach is. First of all, we are going to understand what it is, what the latitude and longitude is. Okay, how they are being drawn. Then we are going to understand how the longitudes had the impact on the time zones, why the longitude as such is drawing on the earth map. Okay, then we are going to study how the latitudes has an impact on the climate and the sun radiations that is being coming on the earth surface, and how it impacting the vegetation, flora and fauna, that we have previously seen in our syllabus also. Okay, so likewise we are going to study geography, what the basic concept behind it. Okay, and how the UPSC is framing question behind it. Okay, And if you have any doubt and query related to all these things, then you can always ask me after the class. Okay, so I hope you understand clearly the syllabus of UPSC to cover. And like the syllabus, our classes also be structured in a way that whole the syllabus of UPSC will be covered within 1 month. And also we are going to cover previous year question paper related to the topic we are studying. Okay, so this is our main motive, so that whenever you go to your exam hall, you do not fear of questions coming in the exam. You must be confident that I have read each and every minute detail that is necessary for a candidate or a aspirant to have or to qualify the exam. Okay, so with that thing, I am just wrapping my session.